Blessings, my people, in the name of Jah. Yes, today I want to talk about daddy issues. The way people define daddy issue is a child or a person who grew up with an absent father. Yes, that's the way they define daddy issues. But there's a big misconception about that definition of daddy issue, because there are some people who grew up with an active father but they still have daddy issues. So basically, daddy issues is not about present father, rather the quality of a father who is the present of a growing child. So it's not about present or absence, rather than the quality of the father. If the quality of the father is not supportive of the child, eventually the child will develop daddy issues while growing up. If somebody is having daddy issues, these are the 5 common signs you will notice on these people. Number 1, they are critical. They are overcritical. They don't like to appreciate anything. When something comes out, they like to criticize. When something good has been done, they like to criticize. They like to withhold appreciation, thinking that they are strong, but it actually magnifies their critical mindset. That critical mindset is developed. If you are the critical mother, you will eventually develop a critical mindset. And to eradicate that critical mindset, just learn to appreciate the small efforts and the small things that people do. The second sign is that they think through with their feelings. Yes, they ignore the logic mind and think with their feelings. This one comes about when a child doesn't have a balance. If a child grew up with a mother and a father, the child will have a balance of emotional and logic. If a child grows up with only the mother, their sense of thinking will be passed on the feeling. If a child only grew up with the father only, they will be kind of stoic. They'll be cold or stoic or distant. So the presence of 2 parents is very important in the upbringing of any child. Yeah. So the feeling thing, the mother is designed to think with the feelings, and the father is designed to think with the logic. So when both 2 come together, they bring the balance. So majorly women think using feelings and little logic, and men think using logic and little feelings. So if you grew up with a mother only, your logic mind will be so small, so you'll always think using feelings. Yeah. And to solve that, you have to get your facts right before making any kind of reaction or any permanent decision that may affect your life. You try and figure out the 2 sides of the story, get the facts right, and then you make the right decision. Another sign a person is having daddy issues is the lack of order. A presence of a father brings about authority, discipline, courtesy, and care. So all those things, when a father is present, there's a protocol to be followed. If a child wants to talk to the father, they have to first talk to the mother. But if the father is not there, there is no order. The child can tell the mother anything they want, because the mother loves the child, so the mother will allow. Eventually, the child will develop lack of order. So while they are growing up as an adult, you will see those kind of behaviors popping up, whereby somebody would sit on a bus, and there's a grandma standing, and they'll be like, "I've paid." That's a very big red flag. That shows that it's a sign that they lack order in their mind. And to solve that, empathize with the people who are above you, and the people who are older than you, and the people who are younger than you, and the people who are weaker than you. The people who are not in the equal strength of you, empathize with them and also the people who have more strength than you, try and submit to them and align yourself to them. That one will help you to bring order in your life. Sign number 4 is rebellion. When you see a rebellious person, it's a sign they lacked a father figure in their life, or they had a father figure who was very responsible and they didn't get the quality of authority and discipline. Rebellion arises when there is no discipline and authority, and that one mostly comes from the father. That role, the father carries it out perfectly than the mother. The mother's role is to nurture, but the father's role is to discipline, is to make sure the people grow in order. So rebellion arises when there was no discipline or authority in their life. To curb rebellion, learn to respect authority, anyone above you, regardless of their opinion, regardless of their status, regardless of their ideology. Just learn that as an individual. It will help you curb rebellion. Then, final sign that a person has daddy issues is that all their problems are external, are caused by external factors. In your upbringing, if your mother lacked to take accountability, you will eventually adopt that mindset. And lack of taking accountability is equal to blame. So when all your problems are external, it means that you are not part of the problem. So it means you're blaming someone of something that's happening to you. Yeah. Lack of accountability is common with women. So that's a trait that has been adopted purely from a woman. And there was no father figure in their life, or if they were responsible and they weren't able to take accountability in their life. They cultivated that kind of mindset whereby you don't take accountability, so your problems is not you, your problem is external. One has to understand that every problem that happens in their life, they also have part they have played. So when they look into what they played, I don't think the problem will present itself the same way it presented itself, the way it came. So taking accountability is the major step to dealing with lack of accountability. And that's it for you, daddy issues.